I can't believe I forgot to tell you guys about the frickin' bat.
Hello? You're currently on the phone with KCK. Yep, that's me.
Welcome back, everybody. This episode is episode number 50. That doesn't even seem real. Like, it's a big number, but it's not that big of a number. But it's weird to think that I've sat in this chair like 45-ish times, because a couple times I've recorded, when I'm on vacation. And then I've taken a couple weeks off, as we all know. But it's so weird. It just doesn't seem like that. It seems like I just started. And it's like, how have I had this much stuff to talk about? But that's what is so wonderful about the pop culture and celebrity world, is there's always something to talk about. Even when it's a slower week, there's always something to rehash or bring up or, go over again. It never ends, and I love it, and it keeps me on my toes, and I just love entertainment. I don't know, it's fun. I love it, and that's why I started this podcast, and now we've been talking for 50 weeks. Well, I've been talking. You guys have been very graciously listening to my voice that breaks and cracks, and yeah, so thank you. That's so weird. It's almost been a year. I think next week, I think it was the 23rd of August that I posted my very first episode. But yeah, so here we are. Here's to another year. Here's to another many years, hopefully. I'm currently sitting in the podcast room, and it looks like a construction zone because I'm finally getting around to organizing it and cleaning it, and I finally have gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, just throw it away. Just throw this away. Just get rid of it. I don't want to look at this anymore. And it's not like, important stuff, but papers and receipts and stuff. I'm like, well, I might need this. I'm like, no, I'm not going to need it. If I need it, I can look back at my statements, and just like bags I've kept, shopping bags and cases for cameras that I don't even use, just stuff like that. I have a huge stack of unused notebooks and journals and notepads. I'm like, okay, I don't need to buy any more of those. And I'm like, should I get rid of my old journals? Like my 2020, or not journals, like day planners. But it's kind of fun to look back, and like one of them I had all the movies that were coming out, like in what dates they were coming out, and songs and all that kind of stuff, TV shows. So it's like, I don't know, I kind of got to keep that, but it gets to a point where you don't have any more room. And I'm even considering going through some of my magazines and getting rid of some of them, like ones that I'm like, why did I buy that? And some I have duplicates of. This is the problem, is I have a lot of duplicates. Not a lot, but several. Because I just buy the same magazine twice, because I forget that I have it, which isn't financially responsible of me. But you know what? I have come to learn, it's just, finances are just not my forte. And it doesn't click with me. So, but I have all this nice stuff, and that's all that matters, is my stuff. I always wonder, like, someone's gonna have to go through all this one day, and it probably won't be my kids, because I don't think I'll ever have kids. So I'm sorry to whoever has to go through all this stuff. But yeah, so thanks for listening again. Tell all your friends, leave a review, repost I'm going to start posting more on my TikTok first of all. You know what's so frustrating? Hang on, let me finish my thought. I'm going to post more on my Instagram. Why do you keep saying TikTok? Instagram podcast page. So make sure you like all that stuff, repost it, repost the stories, all that good stuff. Okay, back to TikTok. So we went to Disneyland recently, and my cousin and we both made what we ate at Disneyland. And she posted one. It has 2 million views right now. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. And then she posted a part 2, and it doesn't have that as many, but it still has a lot. So I post mine. I worked so hard on it. And for the first 30 minutes, not one view. Not one. Like tumbleweeds, crickets, wolf howling in the background. Like, seriously, nothing. And it finally got out to it's like 250 views after, I don't know, 5 days. I'm like, well, that was embarrassing. And it's like part 1. So I'm like, well, now I had to post part 2 because it looks like I got mad and didn't want to post part 2. So I posted part 2, and it did really well for like 5 minutes. It got like 90 views in 5 minutes and then just come to a screeching halt. I'm like, this is so annoying. And now my TikTok goes through these stages where, like, for a while there, it would not show me certain videos because I thought I was underage. And I'm like, TikTok, I'm not underage. Okay, send us like a photo of your ID so we can verify. I'm like, I did it like 6 times, you guys. Like, do you know how humiliating it was for like a 25-year-old to send in proof of age on TikTok so I could see just normal adult videos that weren't even bad? They were just like, maybe had one swear word in it or something. So that finally took a while to get done. And then like sometimes I'll scroll through 2 videos and it's like, that's it, you've seen all the videos. I'm like, no, I haven't. I have not. Stop doing this. And now it's doing it where it's showing me all these videos that have like 0 to 5 likes. And it's like random videos that I'm like, this isn't even like relevant. And like, you can't even understand what these people are saying because they're like mumbling or they're doing terrible lip syncing or, you know what I mean? Like the lighting's off. Like why are you showing me all this stuff? And then, and then I post videos and they clearly don't want people to see my stuff. So it's so annoying. But I always say I wish I was brave enough to post TikToks in 2020, and I probably would have a lot of money right now and a following. But I did not. I could be on the Brittany Broski podcast. I could be on the canceled podcast, even though they're not doing very well right now. What's embarrassing is, so we went to Orville Peck on Friday night. I saw one of my old bosses there, and let's just say I'm glad I don't work at that place anymore and have to be around that person because some dark energy is radiating off that person. Anyway, he was there, and the concert was good. What am I getting at? Oh, yeah, the concert was really good. I liked it a lot, and it was fun. I got a really cool shirt, and they had this like fence thing that we leaned on all night long. Thank goodness, because after a while it gets that all those cement floors and these like warehouse type venues is not comfortable. But anyway, the next day Brittany Broski posted on her story, it was like a box set bundle of Orville's new album, and she's like, I'm so proud of you, like this is amazing, I love it. So my friend Catherine sent that to me in a story, and I just wrote, she should have come to the concert. That's all I wrote. And I realized it's sent to Brittany Broski. I'm like, oh my god, that is so annoying. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't say anything snarky or something. I'm like, not that I really would, but she's gonna, what if she sees this and is like, what is this about? Like, what? And then what happens when we're friends in the future and she goes to message me and she sees that I said that? She's gonna be like, what is this? I'm just like, I'm gonna have to explain myself, like, it's probably never going to happen, but still, it's like embarrassing. Now I can't ever message her about anything because that's going to show up first. I don't understand. I don't get it. Anyway, what else happened? Oh, the bat. So I forgot to tell you, at the Olivia Rodrigo concert, we're like sitting there singing, and I kind of like see something like above me, my peripheral vision or whatever, and it goes away, and then I see it again, and then I see it like dart across the room. I'm like, oh my gosh. At first I thought it was a bird, and then we're like, no, that's a bat. There's literally a bat inside the Delta Center flying around the Olivia Rodrigo concert. I'm like, oh my god, that would have been perfect if it would have started flying around during Vampire. Wouldn't that be so funny? Like, perfect timing. But it wasn't. It was a while after that. Yeah. Anyway, so it reminds me of that video of that little girl doing Halloween decorations. She's like, it's a freaking bat. Or whatever she said. Freaking bats. All right, what should we talk about today? There's a lot that happened, and I'm actually going to skip a lot of it because I didn't do lots of research on it. There's a lot of these that are the same category. I'll just kind of go through them. Zac Efron was hospitalized. I'm not really sure why. He was on vacation with some rich guy. And yeah, anyway, he said he's all right, but I'm not really sure. That was one I was going to skip. I don't know why I told you guys that. I just saw it and started doing it. Oh, this is one thing I want to talk about. Do you guys ever have dreams that they're not scary, but they're just stressful? Like, you just wake up stressed because that dream was so draining. Like, I had a dream the other day that I was at a Katy Perry concert, which is not unusual, and I accidentally butt dialed my friend, and then I went out and started talking to her on the phone, and then, like, it's kind of like when you start walking when you're talking on the phone and you realize, like, you walked a long ways, you know what I mean? Or you start doing, like, weird things. Like, I was across town, and then it hit me. I'm like, I'm missing, like, her whole show. And then I started, like, trying to get back, and, like, I have to take a ferry back to the concert venue. Like, I can't just walk, and, like, the ferry's, like, broken down, the train's broken down, like, and I'm, like, stressed trying to get back, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. And so I'm, like, stressing this whole time about getting back to the Katy Perry concert. And then I wake up, and I'm like, I don't know if I got any useful sleep because that was so stressful. Do you guys ever do that? Where you're like late to an appointment or late to something, or, you know, or you're trying to, like, I don't know. Anyway, is that a normal thing that happens? I know, like, when you have dreams about your teeth falling out, that means you're stressed in real life. I think also when you have dreams your hair is falling out, I think that's right. Let's see, hang on. What does it mean when you dream about your hair falling out? I dreamed a dream a day go by. Dream about your crush. Your hair falling out. Right there. Alright, AI. Dreaming about hair loss can have many meanings and can be uniquely impacted by aspects of culture. Some common interpretations. I don't know why I had such a hard time reading that. You may be ready to move on from a bad situation or let go of inhibitions and fears. Fear of aging. That one hit a little too close to home. Loss of control. You may be anxious about losing control. Health concerns. You may be worried about your health. You may be in a toxic relationship. Powerless or vulnerable. Desire for change. So, I'm sorry if you're having any of those dreams. I don't have many of those dreams. I have dreams about my teeth falling out. You know, not a lot, but a handful of times per year. About my teeth falling out. Or breaking. Let's see. Dreaming about your teeth falling out or breaking can have many interpretations. Loss. A vivid dream about your teeth falling out can symbolize a recent loss of something important like a job or a loved one. Insecurity, anxiety, stress. Dreaming about teeth can maybe a calling out to you to look at your worries and insecurities and inner stress and pain, major changes, depression, poor health, warnings. So, dreaming is so weird. Like, how bizarre. Isn't it so weird to think? It's kind of ominous to think about. We just, like, all of a sudden stop and sit or lay in one position. I mean, could technically lay in one spot, one general area for 8 hours a day, 8 hours a night. We just stay there. That's just so weird to me. Like, we all just stop. I don't know, something weird about that. But you know what? It is what it is. All right, what else is on my list to talk about? Okay, out of touch influencers. I'm not bashing on influencers. It's a very hard job, and I know people don't think it is. It's hard in the sense that you have to be, how do I put this? Like, organized. You have to be on a schedule. You have to be, 5 steps ahead of the game. You have to, I don't know. You kind of always have to be on and bubbly, and your pictures always have to look good, and you always have, you have to be engaging. You have to be interesting. People want to have to, like, engage with you. But I think it gets to a point where they're just out of touch. Like, I saw this family, I know they're from Utah because I can just tell by the background and the houses and stuff. They hired a crane to come in and hold a Tesla Cybertruck. You all know how I feel about Tesla Cybertrucks, or just Tesla in general, but Cybertruck specifically. To hold it above their pool with, like, the lights on and, like, music going to it and the lights flashing and, like, the doors open and stuff. And I'm like, what is the point of this? What is the actual point of doing this? You took time out of your day to call a crane company to come to your house and hold your car above your pool. For what? Like, what? This isn't even the story I was going to talk about, but I just saw it recently, and I'm like, it's some family here in Utah, and I looked at the comments because I kind of wanted to see what's going on, to see if I was, like, the weird one for thinking that was weird. No, I was not. Everyone's like, what is this? What's the purpose of this? And apparently it's this family vlogger or blogger people, and pretty much all the comments were like, I miss when this family was normal. I miss when this family didn't have money. All they talk about since they moved into their new house is what they've bought, what they've splurged on. It's all about their house. It's all about their cars. It's all about, like, they're not even relatable anymore. They're not even normal anymore. And I'm like, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks this is so weird. And, like, there's houses around them, like, big, nice house. I'm like, are these people okay with this? Like, I still, and they have some slogan. It's like their last name, and it's like the something something way. Like, that's what they say all the time. That's how the something somethings do it. And I don't know. It's interesting to me. That's not the story I was talking about, but that came to mind as I was talking about it because it is so weird. The one I was going to talk about is this influencer, and I like her a lot. Like, I don't not like her, and I just think this is a little bit like of an odd thing to expect people to do every single day. They were like, the sun is bad for you, which I think we all are aware of, but it's, like, impossible to stop every hour and put on new sunscreen. Like, that's just not normal. That's not a normal thing for people to do. And this influencer's like, I have gloves to wear while I'm driving and a sun hat to wear while I'm driving. And I'm like, okay, that is not normal. Like, no one has the time to do that. No one has the means to buy all this stuff to stay out of the sun. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it just, like, is so annoying to me when people, I'm like, you really think that the average everyday person is going to wear driving gloves and a sun hat to stay out of the sun as much as possible? That's just not going to happen. It's stuff like that where I'm like, hey, you guys need to have a little dose of reality. You know what I mean? It's not that I don't think they work hard, and it's not that I think they're the hardest workers in the world. I just think, everyone can become a little jaded in pretty much anything that happens. But yeah, those two stories, I'm just like, okay, you guys aren't even on this planet anymore. You guys aren't even in reality. And sadly, there's a lot of people out there like that. And I've had to deal with, I feel like all of them. I feel like I've had to deal with every single person who is just slightly off of the reality train. And it's very annoying when you have to be around those people, because it's just like, what happened that changed the course of your trajectory to not be with us anymore? But anyway, okay. I think I talked about this last time. The Chappell Roan, her set at Lollapalooza. Lollapalooza is this festival in Chicago. Every year it's a music festival. She's believed to have had the biggest crowd in the history of Lollapalooza. And if you see the videos, you would understand why. But the crowd is so big, and there's like one section of it, like it's like sound booths and lighting things, and there are people behind it. I'm like, how can you even see? Like, what? Like, you chose that spot? Or I guess that's probably like the last spot that was open. But the crowd is so big, I'm like, that doesn't even look fun. First of all, it looks dangerous. Like, there's no breathing room at all. And I'm like, if this is how Coachella is, I'm staying in the tent the whole time. I am not leaving. I'm going to find Paris Hilton. I'm going to find some influencers and take pictures. But I am not standing in a crowd that size. Like, that is ridiculous. And like, I'm debating on going to, well, actually I decided not to, because we're going to Charlie XCX and it's the same month. Plus I don't have any money, so there's that. Dua Lipa is headlining the Austin City Limits Festival. And as we all know, she has not announced a tour, or at least a US part of her tour. And it is very frustrating. So I'm like, well, maybe I'll go there, because I think Benson Boone's going to be there. And some other person. I think Chaperone, honestly. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know if it's worth it to go and wait. And like, I'd rather just go to a Dua Lipa concert instead of have to like sit through a bunch of sets of music I don't care about and I don't like, and be hot and sweaty and outside, and you know what I mean? Austin's a cool place, don't get me wrong, but I would rather just go to the T-Mobile Arena and sit and go to a Dua Lipa concert. So that's what I've decided. I'm the brokest person you know until someone goes on tour. And then I'm not. And then all things are possible. So, yeah. Addison Rae has a new song called Diet Pepsi, and it actually did really well. It's a fun song. I think her last EP was better, honestly. And what is it? Nothing On But the Radio, and Obsessed. I freaking love that song, and To Die For. I think those ones were better, but this one's still good, and I like her. I think she's just fun. She's literally just like having fun, and she's like nice. I love her in that movie. She's All That? No. What's that movie? It's like a remake of the one that Freddie Prinze Jr. was in. And like they reverse the roles. So Addison Rae is the popular one, and she takes this like guy that's like not very attractive and turns him into like hot, and like goes to the dance with him because it's like a bet. It's Tanner Buchanan who's the guy, and he's in Cobra Kai on Netflix. It's the spin-off of the Karate Kid movies. Anyway, I like that movie. I don't think it did very well, but it's one of those like not trashy movies, I'd say, but just movies that aren't good but you just love. And I want to do a segment about that, of just movies that did not do well, people don't like, but for some reason you just love. Like the new Cinderella with Camila Cabello. I love that movie so much. I don't know why. I just do. And it is weird. I know. And everyone's always making fun of that part where she's singing. Kind of sounds like she's screeching. But yeah. So go stream Addison Rae. I think it was one of the highest streamed songs in Spotify history. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere. Post Malone and Tim McGraw have a new song coming out called Wrong Ones. And it should be interesting. I don't think we've heard anything from Tim McGraw in a long time. Like, I think the last thing I heard about Tim McGraw was when they brought their Christmas tree into their house. They always get like a live Christmas tree, and they brought one that was like, I don't know, like 50 feet tall in. So yeah, that's the last thing I've heard about him. I like him though. He seems pretty down to earth. Apparently, this has been a while, but he was like pretty like an alcoholic, and I can't remember what changed his, his mind or whatever, but he stopped drinking and started working out, and he has like a 12 pack. He like is in such good shape. Crazy. I went to the gym the other day. So I had this personal trainer who I'm finishing up like sessions with, because I have so many back sessions. So I'm like trying to just finish these up, and then once those are done, I'll stop going to a trainer. But we always do a weigh-in for the beginning of every month, but I haven't been there, or I haven't been able to see my trainer for over a month now. And July, I still worked out and did stuff, and I did the fun run. Did I tell you guys that? I did the fun run at my town celebration, and it was like the fastest time I ever got. I did the 5K in like 23 minutes. So I was pretty proud of myself. But I was worried about weighing in. I'm like, I just haven't been eating the best. But I didn't gain any weight. And I gained, I guess I should say I gained like 0.5% of fat and lost 0.5% of muscle. And I'm like, I'll take that. Like, I thought this was going to be a lot worse. So I'm happy to report that I'm still doing well. And going to do even weller. I want to look pretty good for Coachella, because I think, everyone looks good for Coachella. So I don't know. I'm getting kind of nervous about that. I don't really know what to expect. It's going to be a long, long weekend. Plus I have to drive. Maybe I'll just meet my friends there. I really don't want to drive there. It is a long, boring, miserable drive. Something to think about. What can I sell to buy a plane ticket to Coachella? Let's see. Kesha's TikTok, not TikTok the app, turned 15. It's so weird. She released a statement saying once she's able to re-record it, she will, and she'll put in the new lyric, the F P Diddy, instead of waking up feeling like P Diddy. She switched it to wake up in the morning like F P Diddy. So I think we all know why. Princess Diaries 2 turned 20. That's so wild. I remember seeing it in theaters and loving it. It's just one of those movies that's light and happy and bubbly, and I just love it. I wish Genovia was a real place, because I would live there. What's that lady's name? Elsie Carmichael or something? And she has that TV show, that morning show. Would she say something about the eggs sunny side up? Anyway, I just love that movie. I love it so much. And supposedly they're working on another one, so stay tuned, everybody. Blake Lively and Hugh Jackman are on the cover of Vogue, the September issue. The September issue is like the coveted issue. I'm not really sure why, but it's like the cover of the year. It's kind of like how Playboy, the November issue, was the number one. I don't understand how this was like thought up. And the only reason I know that is because of House Bunny. But isn't it weird to think like every hobby or every sport or every business, like they all have their own phrases and lingo and backstories and, like titans in their industry that they look up to. Like, for instance, like me talking about celebrities. Like, I know backstories, I know their kids' names, I know, chart data, like movies they've been in, like just all that kind of stuff. And to someone else, that could mean absolutely nothing. And they could care less. Like, it literally does, like, they don't like hate it, but they don't care about it. Like, and they don't ever think about it again. And that's like for me with football. Like I could care less what any of it means. Like I don't care to listen to it. I don't care to learn about it. I don't care about it at all. And the same goes for someone who likes, I don't know, like car racing. Like I think it'd be cool to go to a NASCAR race or a race once. But like that's some people's whole lives. Like they love that sport, or like dancing, or like theater. You know, it's just like everyone has their own unique things they like, and within those things, there's like a whole world, and it's just so it's kind of cool to think about how there's just that much stuff in the world, and everyone likes their different things. Like when we were in Disneyland, we were talking about my my uncle who like does not want to go to Disneyland. I get why people don't want to go. It is exhausting. It's exhausting, it's expensive, and it's hot, and you're just like waiting a lot. Like I understand why people don't like it. But like we were talking, and I was like, I understand why he would not want to come. Like it makes sense to me. But like thinking of someone trying to get me to go to a football game like in a stadium on a Sunday afternoon, I'm like, that sounds awful. That sounds horrible. I would never want to do that ever, 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 ever. Like I have no desire to ever go to a football game in my life. And but he would. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, yeah, everyone has their own things, and that's fine. So how did I get on this subject? What was I looking at? Oh, Vogue magazine. Yeah, for some reason Blake Lively and Hugh Jackman are on the cover. I don't really understand why it's those two. Like, why isn't it Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds? It's supposed to be like something from Baz Luhrmann, who's that director who directed. He directed Australia, directed Moulin Rouge, directed Great Gatsby, he directed Elvis. There was one other like major one he's directed too. It's not coming to me. I don't know why. Anyway, it has something to do with that. Should we just Google it? Should we just get to the point? Vogue September issue. No, I don't want to subscribe. Sorry. They're getting pretty desperate because it's like, subscribe for $1. I'm like, no, that's okay. I'm fine. Okay, so I guess he's not on the cover with her, but he's in the pictures, like inside. Blake Lively on fame, family, good fortune, and becoming a glamorous jewel thief for Baz Luhrmann. So maybe he's not in as much as I thought he was going to be. Oh, I saw It Ends With Us, and it was really good. I liked it a lot. We'll talk about some kind of like the drama that's going on in a minute, because there is, and I have some thoughts. THOTS. Let's see, pictures. I want to see pictures. Yeah, he's in the pictures with her. ABC, they're a reliable source. Blake Lively and Hugh Jackman star in Baz Luhrmann directed Vogue shoot. Blake Lively and Hugh Jackman are throwing it back nearly 7 decades, appearing in a new Alfred Hitchcock-inspired photo shoot, a modern take on the famed director's 1955 To Catch a Thief. In the new shoot titled Heist of the Heart, which was photographed and directed by Baz Luhrmann, Lively plays the cat and a modern reinterpretation of Cary Grant's character, the male thief in the original romantic thriller. Deadpool and Wolverine star Hugh Jackman poses as L'Ombre, the target of Lively's thievery. Jackman dons a sleek black tuxedo. Okay. I still don't understand why it's him. Like, why couldn't it have been Ryan Reynolds? It was all about finding an image role for Blake Lively that perhaps we'd like to see her play. Interesting. I mean, she looks good. I just don't really understand the concept behind this. Like, what does that have to do with any of their movies? It's cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's like set in Monaco, and it's fun. I don't know. I'm just confused. I don't understand what the thought process was behind this. Oh well. It looks good. I'm gonna get it. I haven't been to Barnes & Noble in a long time because I can't control myself there. I just buy, I'm like, okay, I'm going in for this magazine and this magazine only. And a lot of times I don't even find the magazine I want, and I come out with 5 more that I didn't know existed, but I needed to have. Sabrina Carpenter has a smoothie at Erewhon. Did you guys hear about that? Erewhon is that kind of grocery store thing in LA. It's a weird spelling. Erewhon. I wonder what it means. Should we see if there's one close to me? Oh, it was founded in Boston. What? I swear I've been seeing Boston everywhere. Erewhon Market is an American upscale supermarket chain with 10 locations. All in Los Angeles. So how is it founded in Boston if all locations are in Los Angeles? The chain is noted for being popular locale, frequented by entertainment figures and celebrity gossip and lifestyle publications. How can someone explain that to me? How was it founded in Boston in 1966 if it's all in LA? Oh well, it's not important. There's a new, supposedly it's like way overpriced, like disgustingly overpriced, but the food is all like super fresh, super healthy, like whole foods. Oh, here we go. Sabrina Carpenter's short and sweet smoothie. One smoothie is $23, you guys. Hey, oh, it's more expensive than Hailey Bieber smoothie. Hailey Bieber has one. It's $19. And I thought, what's her name had one? Kendall Jenner. I thought she had one too. It's not on here anymore. Uh-oh. Oh well. Okay, should we see what's in this? It actually looks pretty good. That's like a really pretty color of blue. I'm not gonna lie. Introducing the short and sweet smoothie by Sabrina Carpenter. In celebration of her new album, this delightful blend mirrors the vibrant, charming essence of short and sweet. The smoothie boasts a sweet vanilla and fruity flavor profile, perfect complemented by beauty-boosting agent nature collagen and antioxidant-rich Cos Blue spirulina. I don't know these words. Lightly sweetened with natural honey, every sip is as enchanting as Sabrina's music. I wonder if her team wrote that. Okay, the ingredients are Malk organic vanilla oat milk, Vita Coco Farms organic coconut water, Agent Nature Holy Mane, Cos organic blue spirulina powder, Nate's organic honey, organic mango, I thought that said mayo, organic mango, organic pineapple, I thought that said tacos, organic tocos, organic vanilla collagen, organic dates, organic coconut cream, organic strawberries. My God, I don't think they get any more organic than this. It's ready for me to pick up at the Grove in 20 minutes. Should I place an order? Yeah. What's in the Hailey Bieber's? I know people like this one. You can add a shot of espresso to it. Look how this stuff you can add. $2. Should we add it? Okay, add. I want to add it to it. Come on. Oh, there we go. $2. Holy crap. There's so much you can add to this. I wonder if they could even fit all the ingredients into one thing. Okay. Ingredients: Malk organic almond milk, organic banana, organic strawberries, organic avocado, organic dates, organic maple syrup, vital proteins, vanilla collagen, vanilla stevia, sea moss, organic coconut cream, Discrolls organic strawberry glaze. Wow, that is a lot of organic stuff. Oh, it's a skin smoothie. I used to actually drink one, like a smoothie for my skin for a long time, and I liked it and it was good, but it just took so long. It was J-Lo's smoothie that she drinks a lot, and let me tell you, it works. You feel healthy, you feel good, your skin looks good, but it's too hard to keep up and maintain. So I had to not do that anymore because, well, first of all, I was lazy, so that's has something to do with it. Did you guys hear about the Vienna tours for... Oops, sorry. Sorry, I'm just a mess over here. The Eras tour, they had to cancel them because of terrorist threats. So supposedly it's 3 teenagers they have in custody that their plan was to stab and shoot as many people as possible. Which, why? For what? I don't understand the logic behind it. And I'm curious too, like, is she going to keep touring? I'm surprised she doesn't have, like, so these people were the security, like, the security team was behind this at the stadium or wherever she was going to play. I'm just so shocked she doesn't have her own security team that goes with her everywhere, you know? Like, and I'm surprised this hasn't happened sooner, sadly. Like, that's sad of me to say that, but it just, it's like something we have to live with now. It's something you have to think about all the time. Will Taylor Swift's London Eras Tour shows go ahead after the foiled terror plot in Vienna? From Time News. I'm wondering how they found out about it. How do you think they found out? I don't know. There's nothing to indicate that the matters being investigated by the Austrian authorities will have an impact on upcoming events here in London. The Met works closely with venue security teams and other partners to ensure there are appropriate security and policing plans in place. Clearly, the police will be looking at all intelligence and making decisions. They risk assess every event that happens in this country, and that's something for the police. I'm not really sure who says that. We're going to carry on working closely with the police, ensuring that Taylor Swift concerts can take place in London safely. So yeah, that's too bad. That is actually really sad. That I wonder what she's thinking right now, you know? And I heard there were people like mad at her, like that she hadn't like made it up to him yet. I'm like, it's been one day. Like, give her a second. They did put the Eras tour streaming on the like national television for Vienna or whatever. I don't know. Like, I've had a bad taste in my mouth about Vienna ever since that episode of Kardashians when Kim goes on that date with that rich, I don't think he's a prince, but he's just like this rich guy. And she, for a charity event or whatever, says she'll go on a date with whoever bids the highest, and it goes to charity. And so she did, and it was in Vienna. And it was just kind of weird. Like, the vibes were off, and she ended up leaving early because she was so, like, upset and angry, which, like, and it was, like, the beginning of when she was dating Kanye, and there were, like, people there dressed in blackface, like, kind of, like, teasing her and taunting her. And I'm like, what is wrong with this place? And, like, no one else seemed to think it was, like, weird. And I think she called her mom. She's like, I'm leaving. Get me out of here. So, I don't know. Ever since then, I know I shouldn't, like, judge just based on that, but that always put a weird taste in my mouth. Speaking of Kanye, did you see he had a pop-up listening party in Salt Lake? I just don't understand. But our girl Taylor Swift blocked him from going number 1 for his new album. I think he has 11 consecutive number 1 albums. I don't know why. Like, there are people out there still that invested in him, that his albums are going number 1. But Taylor Swift blocked that with Troubled Tortured Poets Department. God, I always say that. The Tortured Poets Department. So yeah, that is one album I'm happy that she blocked from number 1. You know, unlike Dua Lipa, who I think should have got number 1, and Billie Eilish. Actually, I don't know. I like this album, but I liked her last album better. So, but Dua Lipa, I think, should have got number 1. Just in my opinion. Kelsea Ballerini has a new album and a new song coming out. I think the song might already be out, but she has a new album coming out. And the song is called like something Sorry Mom. I'm Sorry Mom or something. Kelsea Ballerini. Sorry. I'm so tired. I don't know why. What is it? Sorry, hang on. New song. Sorry, Mom. I was right. See? Yeah, she has a new album coming out too. So, Cowboys Cry 2, is that out yet? Is that a new thing? With Noah Kahn? I was gonna say Noah Beck. Could you imagine? Did you guys see that the Cartoon Network website closed down after 26 years? Like, where you go play games and stuff? That's so sad. Like, it's just like another end of an era. And yeah, is Cartoon Network even still going? Like, I swear the cartoons on there, like the shows, are just so weird now. Like, they have no point. Like, not that the ones that we had any point to them, but at least they were entertaining and normal-ish. And well, I guess I shouldn't say that. There was Cow and Chicken, that was really weird. And Ed, Ed and Eddie, which was bizarre. Cat Dog, I think that was Nickelodeon. I loved Codename Kids Next Door. I loved that. And what else was on there? Danny Phantom, was that Nickelodeon? That might have been Nickelodeon. Anyway, sad things. Friends, as it's their 30th anniversary since they started the show, which so crazy. But it's still one of the best shows, I think, of all time. It's just so good, and the humor's still funny, and I don't know. I think it's much better than Seinfeld. I just don't like Seinfeld. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I don't like him. I don't get the show. I didn't think it was that funny. I think he's kind of arrogant. I don't think he's a very nice person. It's just my opinion. Yeah. What does Gabby Hanna say? She's like talking about people on the internet being mean to her, and they're like, why can't I do it back? Like, you're ugly. That's just my opinion. Sorry, that's just my opinion. Yeah, Friends is one of those you can just turn on at any time, and it's just so good. I will say I do not like the episodes with Emily in them. She drives me nuts. I don't think she's necessarily the villain, but she is super annoying. Like, so annoying. I can't even fathom how someone can be that annoying. Ariana Grande has new fragrances coming out. Do you guys see that? They're called Love Notes, and there's like multiple of them. And she's been doing fragrances for like 10 years, she said. So I wonder how much money she's made off of her fragrances. Wonder if that'll even pop up. How much money? Did you know Paris Hilton has like 32 fragrances? Money has Ariana Grande made off of fragrances. Grande's global success in fragrance has been unprecedented, with sales upwards of $500 million since launch. Each of Ariana's fragrances continues to surpass expectations, simply defying the trajectory of celebrity fragrances. That is insane. That is so crazy. Yeah. I think her fragrances smell good. They're just a little bit too sweet for me. I don't like. I like Kylie Jenner's better and Billie Eilish's. They're a little bit more subtle. Ariana Grande's smell like, kind of like cotton candy-esque vibe, and I freaking hate cotton candy. I think cotton candy should be banned forever. I hate cotton candy so bad. But also Ariana Grande, it's rumored that she's reserved several stadiums for a tour next year. And me and my friend were talking about that. We're like, like I've seen her twice now, and I like her, but I'm not like a diehard fan of hers. I did like this new album, and probably the only reason I would go is to hear We Can't Be Friends live. I'm just gonna be totally honest. Like, that's the only reason I'd want to go. But it's like, am I gonna do that all just for that one song? No, I don't think so. But who knows? I wasn't planning on going to Beyonce, and then literally the week before, I bought tickets for not very much money. I had really good seats, and it was one of the best nights of my entire life. So you never know. You never know. Also, I'm wondering what is going on. Billie Eilish is not going to Vegas, and neither is Charlie XCX. What is going on? That is the true sign of the end of times, when people are not going on tour to Vegas. Excuse me? What? To Vegas? One of the biggest markets in the whole country, and people aren't going on tour there? I'm wondering if something's going on. What's going on in the background? Why these artists aren't going there? I'm just shocked. I'm just genuinely surprised. Like, I can get people skipping Salt Lake. As annoying as it is, I get it. But to skip Vegas? What? What's going on? What on earth is happening? I don't know. Something to think about. Okay, what else? Lots of Disney stuff. A lot of Disney stuff has happened. They had their Disney D23. It's like their Apple event, whatever that is called, where they announce all the new tech and all the new iPhones and all that kind of stuff. It's Disney's way of announcing all their projects and shows and movies coming up in the next, little while. So I'll get to that in a minute, but It Ends With Us, that movie, based off the book by Colleen Hoover. I had no idea what it was about. I had a feeling from the commercials it was about her being in a relationship with a guy who was not very nice to her, but it was good. It had a lot of twists, had a lot of turns, but there's something going on. It Ends With Us. So the guy that plays her main love interest in it, it only got 59% on Rotten Tomatoes. It was a lot better than that. Opening day, $24 million. It's pretty good. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to see. It Ends With Us controversy right here. Here we go. So, Justin Baldoni, he is the director of the movie. Whoa. No, go back. He's the director, but he's also one of the main characters in it. And he has not been seen, like, he's not done press with any of the other cast. The only pictures he has are of himself on the red carpets, and then I think he has one with his wife or something. But he was signed on to direct the movie, and then Colleen Hoover asked him to star in it too. And then Blake Lively came on board, and she was a producer of the movie. And apparently she, had a lot of visions and ideas herself. And then I think it's rumored that Ryan Reynolds had a lot of influence on it. She said that Ryan Reynolds came up with the entire rooftop scene, and I don't think Justin liked that very much. But he never had anything bad to say about Blake Lively. He actually only had good things to say. And people were trying to decide if they were like passive aggressive comments, but they weren't really. And then a lot of people are wondering if it's like for publicity. Like, is it, are they doing all this because they want to stir up buzz and get people to come to the movie? But let's see. Hey, this is from USA Today. I do not know how reliable they are, so stick with this. It all started August 6th at the New York City premiere of It Ends With Us, when fans noticed there wasn't a single shot of the entire cast together. Lively was photographed with husband Ryan Reynolds, who has joined in on the press junket for the run of this movie as well. Fellow A-lister friend Hugh Jackman and co-stars Jenny Slate and Brandon Skelner. Can I just tell you, I love Jenny Slate in this movie. I thought she did so good. Like, I love her no matter what, but she did so good in this role. She's like kind of like not ditzy, but just kind of like this rich, happy, friendly lady who just wants to have fun. And I don't know, I just love it. Like, she has my dream. I'm just thinking about that. I just put that together. She has my dream. She's rich. She's literally the first thing you see her, and carrying a Birkin bag, and which we all know, we've learned Birkin bags are very expensive. And she just stops in and she's like, do you need someone to work for you? And she's like, sure. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And she just starts working. She doesn't have to. She's rich. My dream. My dream. She's working at a small flower boutique. And she goes home to a penthouse apartment in Boston. Ugh. It is so sad to see people living your dreams. But what stood out the most was that Brandon Baldoni only appeared on red carpet solo and side by side with his wife, Emily Baldoni, and other friends and family, but never with Lively or other co-stars. According to People magazine, Baldoni also allegedly didn't introduce the film ahead of the screening with Lively or Hoover, despite being the director and star of the film. Baldoni and his production company Wayfarer Studios acquired the rights to the book in 2019, and Lively's casting in It Ends With Us was announced in January. Whoa, January 2023. That took a long time to get going. I mean, I guess I don't really know much about the movie industry. Well, maybe that's fast. Blake Lively and Colleen Hoover allegedly unfollowed Justin Baldoni on Instagram. Following the premiere, internet sleuths began scrutinizing the cast's social media activity and claimed that Hoover and Lively unfollowed Baldoni on Instagram. None of the main cast members of It Ends With Us follow Baldoni on the social media platform as of this publication. Lively follows Sklenar, Hoover, and Slate. Huh. Interesting. Fans notice he produced the movie separately. Even Lively's husband Reynolds got in on the promo action, conducting playful interview with Sklenar. Sorry, I can't. That doesn't flow. I'm just gonna say, as someone with a tough last name that does not sound or say anything like it's supposed to, this one also to me does not. I want to say Sklenar, but it's Sklenar. That sounds like I'm mumbling a lot. Let's see. However, fans began to notice Baldoni was doing press for the film, primarily solo interviews, including appearances on The Today Show, CBS Mornings, and Access Hollywood. When asked about Lively on Access Hollywood, Baldoni gushed about the brilliance of Blake Lively and how she informed his performance as Ryle. She's such a wonderful listener, Baldoni said, so having her as a scene partner made it better. Jenny Slate avoids question about Justin Baldoni. Fans doubled down on the cast drama rumors when Slate, who plays Lively's on-screen best friend, Alyssa, avoided directly answering a question about Baldoni's acting or directing chops. Talk to me, what was it like about having Justin be director but also scene partner? To which Slate answered, I mean, what an intense job to have so many things, to do so many things. She said she was looking around just being like, I'm good with this acting. Just acting. I love it. So, yeah, she did what a lot of celebrities do when they don't answer the question. Yeah, so it's not like anything necessarily bad happened. It's definitely not as bad as Don't Worry, Darling. But something is going on. And I'm wondering if he just felt like he was kind of being pushed aside from Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, you know. I'm wondering who has the most power who has more power in that, the producer or the director? Who has more, oops, gosh, if I could type power than the president? No one. Let's see, the Kardashians maybe. Who has more power, the director or producer? Someone's already done the research for me. In a film, directors have final say on creative decisions, while producers are responsible for the entire project. Directors are in charge of the artistic and dramatic aspects of the film, such as how it's shot, the actors' movements, and the tone. Producers oversee the project from start to finish, including setting the budget, approving major changes, and ensuring the film is completed on time within budget. Directors and producers have distinct roles, but their partnership is essential. Directors often work closely with producers to prepare the look and feel of the film, which can include the script, styling, coloring, wardrobe, and stunts. Producers also hire directors, support their vision, and confirm scheduling. So producers technically have the most say until they hire the director, and then the director has final say on how it's shot and how it's, you know, the tone of the movie. I actually did a project in high school on, like, you had to choose a career you wanted to do, and then explain what they do and how you get to do that and all that stuff. And I did a producer. I think it'd be kind of fun, but I just don't think it's gonna happen at this point. It'd be a stressful job, but you can make tons of money, I think. Okay, let's see. Billie Eilish was at the closing ceremonies of the well, was it? I guess it technically was because she was in LA. I guess they do like a handoff of the current. Why am I going to say elections? The current Olympics to the next city. So the next city is going to be LA, and it's going to be a total nightmare. Apparently, you're not going to be allowed to drive a car to any of the venues. Like, it all has to be public transportation, which in LA, good luck. That doesn't even sound fun to go to, honestly, to anything in Olympic wise. Like, that sounds awful. And I think a lot of people are pissed off about it because there's like literally there's no room in LA, like none. So, so she performed on the beach, it looked like. And then did you see Tom Cruise drove in on a motorcycle to close the ceremonies or something? So yeah, this Olympics seemed like tons of celebrity interaction and tons of celebrity like involvement. So I don't know. LA better step it up because it's the mecca of celebrity. Lady Gaga is rumored to have a song coming out with Bruno Mars called "Die with a Smile," and to me that sounds like it's gonna go with the Joker. Like it just seems to fit with that vibe. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Okay, Disney's tons of announcements. Like, just bear with me. So lots of movies, lots of TV shows. I don't have all of them. I just have the ones that I kind of was most interested in. Frozen 3, we're probably not getting that till 2027, and they've hinted at a Frozen 4. The Snow White trailer was released. Gal Gadot plays the evil queen. They didn't show her as the witch though, or the hag, however you want to say. What is she? Is she a witch or is she still? Yeah, I've never thought about that before. I guess it doesn't really matter, but that movie comes out March 21st. It's the first day of spring. Isn't that like a perfect movie to start spring off? I love spring. I love summer, but I think I love spring a little bit more because there's like hope in the air. Everything's not dry and dead yet, and it's not scorching hot. It's just like everything's starting to grow back again. Everything's green. You know what I mean? It's like damp. There's like a damp feeling in the air. There's a new Tron movie coming out. I actually want to watch the old one. I remember liking it a lot, but I haven't seen it in a long time, and I want to ride the new Tron roller coaster at Magic Kingdom in Disney World. The Incredibles 3 is coming out. There's an Avatar Land coming to California Adventure. There's a Coco ride coming to California Adventure. Season 35 of The Simpsons is coming out in October 2nd. I'm sure they've already filmed all of this season before, but we talked, I don't know how long ago, about Marge Simpson. Was it the lady that voiced Marge Simpson died? Or was it? Yeah, it was either Marge or Lisa, but I think it was Marge. So I'm wondering how they're going to do that. I mean, I'm sure they can get someone that sounds similar, but I don't know. It just won't sound the same. There's an Indiana Jones attraction coming to Animal Kingdom. Dino Land and Animal Kingdom will be turned into like tropical lands. So kind of like Adventureland in California or Disneyland. Monsters Inc. has a new land coming to Hollywood Studios. That's in Florida. That'll be fun, and it'll be Disney's first ever suspended roller coaster. So it'll be like a hanging door going through the factory, which I think will be super fun. I'm actually surprised they haven't done more Monsters Inc. stuff because of how well Monsters University did, which has been over 10 years now. So that's kind of wild to think about. I remember seeing in theaters. That movie's still so funny. I'll just be here listening to my tunes. It's like screamo music. If you know, you know. Let's see. That is all, but that's not all. There's Freaky Friday 2, which is called Freakier Friday. Should we just go through a list of things to see what people are saying? I hope you guys like longer episodes, because personally I do. I know some people like shorter ones. My friend Zanny told me she liked my long episodes because, like, when she's doing errands and chores and stuff, like, it just is nice to have longer ones, you know? So we're going to go a little bit longer today. Disney announcements. Let's see. All right, I've got a list. Apparently Cars is going to Magic Kingdom too. I was actually kind of annoyed about that because I'm like, I hope they don't replicate Radiator Springs, but they're not. It is its own thing. And Kanto is getting a new ride. Yeah, Tropical Americas is what that one is called. Guests will enter through the land of Puebla Esperanza, a fictional village in the heart of a rainforest that will feel lived in with a long, rich history. On the outskirts of town, an adventure awaits, with pop culture's most beloved archaeologist, Indiana Jones. The land will also feature a new attraction based on one of Disney's most popular franchises, Encanto. The experience, which is the first ride-through attraction of the film for Disney Park, takes place inside Casita on the day after young Antonio receives his gift of communicating with animals. Monsters Inc. at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Avengers and Avatar. New lands and attractions are also coming to Disneyland Resort. Let's see. Marvel-themed attractions are coming to Disney California Adventure, and Avengers Campus will expand. That's good. Avengers Campus is cool, but there really isn't much to it. Like, there's Spider-Man, Pim's Kitchen, and what is the big... Why can't I think of it? The Tower of Terror one. Yeah, anyway, that one. Let's see. Marvel, which has already made more than $30 billion at the global box office. Wow, that is so crazy. Avatar is getting a thing. I already told you about that. There's just a lot. This is not what I wanted. I want the TV shows. All of the TV shows. Oh well. I guess it's not that important. Even though it is. It's my job. Oh, they're getting a Villain's Land too. At, I think the Magic Kingdom. So, pretty exciting for all my Disney people out there. This event is sold out. Thank you. I'm well aware of that. Okay. I don't know why they won't just show me all of the announcements that they've done, but they will not. And that's very frustrating. There's also doing a Greatest Showman musical, which I think will be on Broadway, I want to say. And there's another musical they're doing. So, yeah, be on the lookout. Disney is not messing around here. Ever since Bob Iger came back, things have been stepping up. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about. Miley Cyrus was inducted into the Disney Legends Hall of Fame type thing. Which is Disney's highest honor they can bestow upon anybody. She did a speech last night. She started crying. It was so sweet. And she said, "I'll always be proud to be Hannah Montana." She said in 2005 they sent an audition tape in, and they responded back to her saying they liked her, but they thought she was too young. And so then a year went by, and she'd forgotten kind of all about it, and they're like, okay, we've started it and everything, but it's just not right. Can you come back and do some test shoots? And so she did, and that's the history. That's in the end of that. And she's like, believe it or not, I was not created in a lab, even though if I was, there was a bug that made me malfunction between the years of 2013 and 2016, the Bangers era, if you're all are wondering about that. She says, Hannah means more to me, than anything. Hannah helped make Miley who she is. Yeah. At D23, the ceremony, this is from Rolling Stone, the musician and actress became the youngest ever recipient to hold the honored title. I don't want to subscribe. Come on, you guys. That's so annoying. Let's see if Variety will let us in. She talked about how it's legendary to be afraid and do it anyway. Legends. What does she say? I'm going to let everyone in on a little Disney Legends secret. I'm the one that tells you what you're not supposed to know. And what I want to say is that legends get scared too. I'm scared right now, but the difference is we do it anyway. And all of you can do that every single day. It's legendary to be afraid and do it anyway. There's no such thing as failure when you try. As Cyrus wiped away her tears. I love her. Like, I literally, like, I'm for all my friends listening right now, I will be going to Miley Cyrus's tour, and I will be spending a lot of money. So if that's not in your, tax bracket, whatever, then I'm so sorry. I'm not going to sacrifice general admission pit tickets because you don't want to spend too much. I'm just saying that right now. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be mean, but I will be spending a lot of money on this tour. It has been 10 years since I've seen her live. She's I could sit there right now, not have to study, not have to worry about if I know the words or anything. I know the words. Miley Cyrus is probably one of the top three pop stars in my bracket. Like, I'm not kidding you. So I stuck with her through the She Is Coming era, through the Nothing Breaks Like a Heart era. Like, there's not been an era of Miley Cyrus that I've not liked. Dead Pets era. Yeah. So to go on. I stand here still proud to have been Hannah Montana. This award is dedicated to Hannah Montana and all of her amazing loyal fans, and to everyone who has made my dream a reality. To quote the legend herself, this is the life. No, I love her. I love her so much. And I'm so glad I grew up in the time of Hannah Montana. I still remember seeing the commercials for it and thinking, oh, and watching the very first episode. I'm like, this is the greatest show I've ever seen in my entire life. Let's see. Hannah Montana, it drew an average of 4.5 million viewers per episode and still holds the records for highest rated basic cable series telecast ever, from a 2007 episode that notched 10.7 million viewers. That is a lot of people. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll end with that. Miley Cyrus, you are a true legend. And, yeah, I'm just glad to be alive when Miley's alive. I'm glad to be alive when Miley's alive. I'm glad to be alive when Katy Perry's alive, when Taylor Swift is alive. Oh, pop culture is alive and well, everybody. And I just bask in it. It's just my favorite thing in the whole wide world. So, thanks for listening. I hope you have a great week. This week is going to be exhausting for me. I'm just going to be completely honest. It is a very long week. And you know what? I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I have things to do. And I'm grateful I have people that want to hang out with me. I'm grateful for, I will be honest with you, this winter, I'm probably going to hibernate. Like, obviously I'm still going to do the podcast, but I don't want to go out when it's cold. I'm going to be so completely honest with you. I want to stay inside with my cozy little fire, in my cozy little room, in my cozy little chair, in my Uggs and my Skims. And I have a list of TV shows I want to watch. I have a list of movies I want to watch. I have a list of books I want to read. And I'm just going to kind of hide out. I'm going to create a gym in my garage. And yeah, so I'm not wishing winter upon us. Don't worry. That's not what I'm getting at. But I will be excited when winter's here because I can kind of take a little breather. And yeah. So anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much for listening. And, go support Miley Cyrus, the legend that she is. And in 4 years, it'll be the next Summer Olympics. So get prepared for that. That'll probably be here sooner than we know. What else do I want to tell you? Yeah, that's all. This is the life. As Hannah Montana said, this is the life. Okay, bye.